Now going over to the business blunder of the day of the Chevrolet Corvette Z6 and ZR1, well, whoops, they hit a recall. Now this is brought to us thanks to Andrew Collins over at thedrive.com. For once, I don't need to give you a visual disclaimer for the car because it looks pretty cool. Though again, automatic transmission only, pathetic Chevrolet and General Motors. Every Corvette was introduced in 1953 as a straight 6 engine, but after a couple years, got a V8 and they had stick shifts all the way. The C7 Corvette, then the C8, they go, oh no, we're going to go automatic. Pathetic. But nevertheless, they say, quote, Chevy Corvette Z6 ZR1 hit with a recall and stop sale because they might catch fire while refueling. Whoops. Looks like the Corvette's cooling fans near the fueler cap may be inadvertently blow some of the fuel towards the engine where it could ignite. Whoops. I don't know who's in charge of quality control or safety, but perhaps they were inebriated that day or drinking water from Flint, Michigan. Dark humor. And again, actually, it does look kind of cool. It's kind of growing on me. Not too bad in a yellow. Usually yellow is reserved for Lamborghini, Chevy Cobalt SS, or like one or two Porsches. In terms of what I think looks, what looks really good with a yellow paint job. And that looks pretty cool. Though, again, I wish for historical preservation, I wish they had more of a circular tail light like they have for not 100 years, but you know what I mean, over half a century. But nevertheless, they say, quote, current generation Chevrolet Corvette Z6s and ZR1s might be at risk at catching fire while refueling. It sounds like if enough gasoline spills into the pocket where the fuel filler is, the left side cooling fan can waft it towards the engine and cause some external combustion. GM says it's issuing a voluntary recall, while forums are tracking a stop sale from dealers. Whoops. Issues specifically affects the 2023 to 2026 Chevrolet Corvette Z6s and 2025 to 2026 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1s. Which, yeah, I was going to say, imagine paying well over 6 figures for a vehicle, and whoops, you're not supposed to drive it, or you can't sell it for your dealership because it's a stop sale, and whoops, you probably should take that back in to be fixed. Which, yep, no bueno. Now, they say that, quote, a thread on Corvette forum put the issue on the radar. One poster wrote, quote, just got off the phone with a dealer letting me know that about half hour ago they received a stop sale order from GM for a fuel rail issue. Another post said, quote, dealer called me to tell me my car can't leave until the safety problem is fixed. Wow. I popped a random Z6 VIN into GM's recall site and confirmed this is a product safety recall. Number N252514930. And recall went out on August 21st. That's got to be a typo. It says 2005. Didn't go out that far. That was back when Corvettes had 3 pedals and a manual transmission. They were awesome. It's obviously supposed to be 2025. Now, they say, quote, General Motors has decided that a defect which relates to the motor vehicle safety may exist in certain 2023-2026 current model year Chevrolet Corvette vehicles equipped with a left side radiator fan combination. In these vehicles, excess fuel spills into the vehicle fuel filler pocket during the refueling and may leak onto an ignition source. The recall specifies, quote, if fuel contacts an ignition source, there is increased risk of fire. Well, no duh, thanks. But no, they seriously say, quote, to reduce the risk of the condition occurring, owners should always follow the fueling instructions in their owner's manual. Which, let's be honest, only nerds like me would actually read an owner's manual of a vehicle. 99.99% of people have never actually cracked open those books. But nevertheless, they say you should read it. Yeah, you should, but yeah. They say that, quote, before adding some standard refueling safety tips in all caps, say, quote, always confirm that the fuel nozzle is completely inserted into the vehicle fuel pipe before refueling. Never overfill the tank or attempt to fill after the fuel pump's automatic shutoff clicks once. Which, let's be honest, everyone tries to put in a little bit more, I think. Always turn off the vehicle's ignition during the refueling, which, well, yeah, one would hope that would be common sense, but again, there's not really common sense anymore in the United States. Yeah, you can see another close-up of the vehicle, which looks pretty cool. Got the nice carbon fiber rims there. They say, indeed, no matter what you're driving, don't pull the gas trigger again to top off after it stops. Come on. Again, not like you should maybe specify not advice, not safety advice. I'm pretty sure everyone does that a little bit. Just to round it off, maybe. Especially on a long road trip. But nevertheless, they say, quote, just be okay. They say, just be okay with the uneven dollar amount at the end of your refuel. They say the last splash of gas can make a mess or send fuel down that vent it's not meant to be in. The remedy is that Chevy dealers will be installing an insert shield to divert spilled fuel, which is not yet available. In the meantime, you could probably just refill your vet carefully. Maybe triple check that the fans have been stopped running before you plunge the fuel nozzle into the fuel or neck. And he says, but don't call me if your car catches fire. Now, they did note that regular Corvette Stingrays and E-Rays are not part of the recall yet, while cars with the Z51 package also had the cooling fans near the fuel filter or filler. This recall specifically covers, again, the Z06 and ZR1. Which GM also says, quote, General Motors is issuing the voluntary recall for that vehicle. They say, to resolve the excess fuel spillage issue that appears to be a contributing factor in this rare occurrence, malfunctioning filling station pumps. The safety of our customers is the highest priority of the GM team. We're working on a remedy to fix it, yada, yada, yada. So, and again, it's better to be safe than sorry. Again, thankfully, there's not reports of the cars burning to the ground, which if it's a Ferrari, probably would. But it's, in all seriousness, it's a good thing to get ahead of the situation, obviously. But it's also, in terms of brand reputation, this is the pinnacle of GM. Now, again, for me, the pinnacle of GM would be the Cadillac CT4V or CT5V Blackwing because, they come with stick shifts and they're awesome. But again, this is nevertheless a marvel of engineering. It's one of the fastest cars ever made by General Motors. It's, it's pretty cool for an automatic vehicle. And have your main, crown jewel being tarnished. Gotta say, General Motors, you are certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone, everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.